Welcome to Bar Talk. I'm your host, Brandon T. And this is where we had the conversations and so forth. Like I said, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. Let's talk about it, y'all. Let's let's really get into it. So check it out. So I saw something on the old interweb. You know, so I was on this thing right here, and and it made me think. You know what I saw, and I, um, it put some things in some other perspectives. You know what I'm saying? So for instance, right, people, y'all grown here. You know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of people, especially men, love language to be physical touch and so forth, and then in that in turn of physical touch, looking some type of affection to say, you know what I'm saying? People just, you know what I'm saying, go for it. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily asking for it and so forth, but in the confines of a relationship. So I saw this video right here of this girl. I'm gonna play it for you and let you take it in.
As women in long-term relationships or even married, are y'all okay? Because I just found out about like the lack of bodily autonomy you guys experience living with these men. And again, are you okay? Like this woman was telling a story about how every time she would be in the kitchen just minding her business, like whether she's washing dishes, cleaning up, preparing dinner, her husband would come up behind her and just grope her, like just rub his Peter whacker on her behind, and it just be so unwanted. He don't even try to butter her up first, nothing, just straight assault to the point where he'd even go as far as putting his hands down her pants, just like because he thinks he can. And I'm just like, I never thought about the men who think that they have unlimited access to women because one, they live with them, and then two, well, we're married. If I can't do it, who can't? And it's well, what if I don't want you to? This is such uncharted territory for me because I've never actually lived with a man, or honestly, I've never had to worry about that kind of thing long term. So are you guys like literally okay? I'm so sorry that this is happening to so many women. Like, cause when I tell you that comment section was 9,000 comments deep of all these women saying, "Yeah, I agree." They just keep touching us and don't even ask. You're being assaulted in your own home, in the kitchen at that. Why would a man be there? You're not even safe in the kitchen. So I just found out.
All right, so what do you think? You know what I'm saying? Throw it in the comments or your opinion of what she said. So for granted, you know what I'm saying, looking at her, she's pretty young and so forth. So I'm not saying that that is a mitigating factor, but I understand that, you know what I'm saying, there can be some times that will, you know what I'm saying, everybody needs a moment, right? You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know what I'm saying, leave me, let me be, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to unwind and all that good stuff. And I 100% get it and so forth. And I know that sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to be bothered all the time and so forth. You want a minute. And so like I said, I understand that. Now, and granted, ladies, I know that, you know what I'm saying, it's probably, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure that in the I want to touch you all the time, it's not just one sided thing. I'm pretty sure there's women out there that want to touch their partner too all the time. And the person might not want to be bothered. And I think that what we have here is one of those situations where, you know what I'm saying, you have you know what I'm saying, a younger person, you know what I'm saying, and let me shift the gears on that a little bit. So, you know what I'm saying, it's like, what do you see growing up, right? And so if you see, you know what I'm saying, your parents in the house or so forth, and and in yourself, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of affection in the house, you know what I'm saying, and you would have a different perspective on, you know what I'm saying, being affectionate with somebody. And if you see your parents being affectionate with each other, you're like, okay, these are the constructs of how, you know what I'm saying, situation, relationship should go. But then you get that if they're that way, if they're standoffish with each other, then you could, you know what I'm saying, you probably gain with some standoffish of each other there. You might, okay, that's how it's supposed to go, you know what I'm saying? if your parents are stiff arming each other, not want to be bothered with each other, and so forth. You get that on that aspect. But then also, you know what I'm saying, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, calculate the fact that, you know what I'm saying, maybe you was raised in a single parent household and you didn't really see there was no affection at all. And then from looking at your parents or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you might have been a single mom and see your mom interact with some people, then not interact and so forth. Then you see that, or it could be the flip side. You mean you've been in a house with a single dad and so forth, and you know, so that gives you this kind of it kind of changes your perspective on relationships, and with that perspective, you know what I'm saying, and as you grow up, like I would say with this young lady here, is that, you know what I'm saying, she probably grew up in a way that, you know what I'm saying, she didn't really see the overly affection growing up and so forth, and then it turns into, okay, what's, like, I don't want to be bothered. I want somebody, but I don't want to be bothered and so forth. But I'm like I said, I'm gonna say this though. I don't want it to be confused in any type of way. You know what I'm saying? That I'm saying that the autonomy, a woman's autonomy of herself, is not important. It actually is, and so forth. And I think that in a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, is things you gotta, as men, y'all definitely need to take the temperature of the room, read the room well, and so forth, and see if your partner is and even women too that's on the other side that teach their partner to see if that is something that's wanted. Because I mean, I don't, because like I said, 'cause you don't want to make a person feel uncomfortable. Because I know y'all seen those videos around the social media. You know, it's kind of funny where, you know what I'm saying, the woman's always guarding her posterior because her partner always want to smack her on the butt or whatever. And so, you know what I'm saying, some of that stuff, you know what I'm saying, can be playful at times. And some of it can just be irritating. So that from my understanding. So what I would say this, y'all peoples, you know what I'm saying, read the room. Absolutely read the room. Like I said, put it in the comments, like, share, follow. You know what I'm saying? And tell me how you feel about this subject matter. If you can be, if you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you're guaranteed to be affectionate, you know what I'm saying, with your partner, or do you read the room and determine whether, you know what I'm saying, that's something that can be done. All right? This has been Bar Talk. I'm Brandon T. And we'll talk to you later. Peace.